Today I'm making one of my all-time favourites, restaurant-style chili paneer at home. It's crispy, spicy and bursting with flavour. Let's get started. Here we go, here's the ingredients we need. I'll pop them in the description for you this time. Key one there is the red chili sauce, that's what's going to make it authentic. Let's get started. Move in all the ingredients. Okay, so we're going to try and keep everything as a nice even dice, so about the same size. I'd probably say maybe an inch thick, I guess, for each cut. So we're going to use that for the onion, for the peppers, and then spring onion we'll chop into little discs. So here we go. Just going to use the one onion here, and when we're cooking it later on we're going to try and break it down, get all those layers individual. We're going to put it in at different times as well, just to have different textures throughout the dish. It's honestly one of my favourite meals, this. So now we're going to make the sauce, so we're going to start with some soy sauce. We're going to add the red chili sauce. This is the stuff, if you want an authentic chili paneer, this is what you want to use. If you don't have this, that's fine. You can use sriracha as well. But this is what you want to make it that of authentic style chili paneer recipe. Then we're going to add a little bit of ketchup. It's going to give it a bit of sweetness. Make sure we get all that. A little bit of vinegar, so I put about a teaspoon in there, and then some spices. So we're going for chili, and coming on now, bit of black pepper, and then just a bit of sugar as well, because when we're cooking this we want it to caramelize a little bit. We're going to give that a good old mix, get it ready, because when we start cooking it's going to be quite a quick process. We're going to get everything on the go quite quickly. So get the sauce ready. Mixy, mixy, mixy. Mixy, 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 mix. Look at that. Nice dark red. It's going to look perfect when it's coating all the vegetables later. So here we go. Here's some of my homemade paneer. Keep an eye out. I'm going to put a video up of how to make this paneer later on. This is from 4 pints of milk from the shop. And honestly, it will change the dish. It's way better than anything that you can buy from the shop, and it takes maybe 30 minutes to make with a little bit of prep. It's really simple and can transform the dish for you. Well worth the effort. I'm just going to chop these into chunks, and then I'm going to take a Tupperware, put all the paneer in there, add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, a little bit more, and then we're going to put the lid on, give it a vigorous shake. Ooh. And yeah, just coat all that paneer. We're going to make it nice and crispy on the outside. You can see that's all fully coated. I wonder if here you could add some spices in, maybe adding a bit of pepper would make that nice as well. That would be an interesting way of going. So heat your oil up over a medium heat, add your paneer in. What we're aiming to do here is we're just going to aim to brown all the sides of the paneer. So like magic, it will. Look at that. Quick hands. Yeah, we're going to keep going. We're just going to keep turning it, keep cooking it over a medium heat. And then you can see it's starting to take on a bit of the colour there. When I'm doing this normally, we don't always do this, but if you want it to make that restaurant style chili paneer, this is absolutely what you need to do. It's just going to give it that crispy outside, and when you put the sauce on it later, it's going to have a nice sweet sauce with sweet and spicy sauce with a little bit of a crispy paneer. So then once that's all browned off, we're going to put it onto a plate, and at the side, I think you'll hear me yell no here because I dropped a piece on the floor, dropped a piece on the side. Maybe I needed a bigger bowl. And then we're just going to wipe out some of that excess oil. I'm going to drop in one of my frozen garlic cubes. And then this is where we'll put in about half the onion. This is going to sort of help cool the pan down. We don't want the garlic to burn. Just going to stir that about a little bit. And then as that starts to get a bit translucent, we're going to add the rest of the onion, the rest of the vegetables, so the pepper, the spring onion, just the white bits at this point. We're going to save the green for a bit of garnish later, or fancy like that, you know. And just give it a bit of a mix. We want to cook this through. We don't want it to be soft, but we want everything to be cooked through, almost like you'd have with salt and pepper chips, where there's still a bit of a crunch to the vegetables. I'm going to season with salt at this point. And just give that a mix. We want to be seasoning throughout the whole cooking process. And then, so when that's cooked down, you're going to add the sauce. And then this is just going to, because of basically the ingredients that are in the sugar, it's going to coat everything. It's going to make everything nice, sweet, spicy, sticky. If you've not tried this before, definitely recommend it. Give it a go. And say you don't need to buy the red chili sauce for this. Use sriracha. You'll get a very similar tasting meal. And you can buy paneer from the shop, although I do think it's better to make it yourself. I'm going to mix all that in, and then we're going to add the paneer back in right at the end, just get everything coated. Tried to mix everything up there by doing a little flick, didn't quite work, so just mix it in with the spoon. The smell at this point is just fantastic. It's a very fresh dish with all the vegetables that are in there. I love pepper, love spring onion. It is really a family favourite at this point. My wife gets very excited when I cook this. So now we're just going to serve that up, put it into a fancy little bowl that no longer exists because it broke while cleaning after this. So you're not going to see that one again. You can enjoy it while it's here. If anyone has any recommendations of how not to get steam on the camera, then I would much appreciate that. Serve it with rice, with a bit of bread. Lovely. If you liked that recipe, like and subscribe the video, or head over to My Kitchen Spices for more fantastic recipes.